Welcome to The Source, where we combine the headlines with in-depth conversations with the newsmakers themselves. I'm Pinky Webb. Today on the program, a unified recommendation. Metro Manila Mayor supports shifting to a general community quarantine on June 1st. But is Metro Manila ready for this? Navotas City Mayor Toby Tiangco joins us live. The House of Representatives tackles the renewal of the ABS-CBN franchise, and a House leader accuses the network of violating constitutional and franchise laws. Ako, Bicol Party List Representative Alfredo Garbin tells us more live. These amazing artworks using sunlight and a magnifying glass. We'll tell you more about his story later on the show. President Rodrigo Duterte and the Interagency Task Force are set to decide on the fate of Metro Manila after May 31st, but all 17 mayors who comprise the Metro Manila Council favor the shift to a less strict general community quarantine in the region. The recommendation includes lockdown zones, limited public transportation, and a modified number coding scheme. Let's go straight to the source of the story. We have Navotas City Mayor Toby Tiangco. Mayor Tiangco, welcome to the show, sir.
Hi, Pinky. Good morning.
So all 17 mayors agreed to shift to a general community quarantine beginning June 1. Can you tell us more about this? Tell us more about the meeting yesterday.
Yesterday, actually, yung meeting was a short meeting, no? 1 hour lang, which is relatively short sa amin. Dati, inabot kami ng 3 hours, no? Basically, more time was spent for planning on what we have to do kung mag-GCQ ang decision ng IATF. Because ang talaga magde-decide naman yan is not the Metro Manila mayors. It's the IATF. So, ang pinag-usapan lang is yung mga sentiments ng mayors at saka yung inputs, saka yung mga possible scenarios. So, number one, what will happen to mass transport, no? Kung papayagan yung bus, ganong kadami yung sasakay sa bus, no? So, yan, inaayos yan ng MMDA because after our meeting, mag-uusap naman sila ng DOTR, no? Number two, private vehicles. So, ang parang napag-usapan doon is encourage family members na wag naman isa-isa per vehicle kasi magta-traffic ulit yung EDSA. So, at least 2 per vehicle. Because the idea is, since yung bus hindi pwedeng mapuno at kalahati lang yung sasakay, the way na hindi malugi yung bus companies is a faster turnaround, no? And a faster turnaround will also mean less people na pumipila doon sa mga pick-up points. So, yun yung pinag-usapan, no? And then number 3, in-explain din ng MMDA kung bakit hindi pwede yung backride doon sa motorcycles. Kasi most of the mayors, if not all, were requesting na payagan na yung backride, especially kung mag-asawa. Kasi kung mag-asawa, magkasama naman sila sa bahay. Pero pagdating sa motor, hindi naman po pwede sila mag-backride. MMDA explained na ang dami ng palusot pag pinayagan yan. They will claim na mag-asawa, kahit hindi mag-asawa, they will claim mag-boyfriend. Actually, sabi nga ng MMDA, pag inuhuli nila, sinabi mag-boyfriend, tinatanong ko ano pangalan. O minsan, alam yung pangalan kasi di ba nag-text, kumuha ng sakay. Pero pag sinabing halikan na, ayaw na i-kiss. So, ibig sabihin, ang daming palusot doon sa implementation. Siyempre, ang pinakamahalaga dito...
Ang mahihirapan doon yung MMDA.
No. I mean, ang pinaka-importante kasi, whatever plan we lay out or whatever policy is laid out, it must be implementable. Kasi kung maganda nga yung plano, hindi naman ma-implement, magkakagulo-gulo tayo. No? And that's what MMDA is preventing. So kaya nag-usap-usap yesterday, what would be the policies, Tapos kung pwedeng yung PUJ, wag na muna. But of course, there are LGUs na wala namang pumapasok na ibang transport doon kung hindi PUJ. And it's a national road. So
Opo.
kung national road, hindi naman pa pwede yung tricycle doon. So yan ang pinag-usapan. It was a planning, assuming yung IATF decides on GCQ. Because we don't lose anything if we
Okay.
plan. Pero hindi naman pa pwedeng hindi kami magplano tapos biglang mangyari, nag-GCQ na.
Right. So it's good to talk about the points that you raised, Mayor Toby, no? Pero una-una, I wanted to find out, kayo ho ba, because it was quoted in the past, in favor ho ba kayo personally to shift to a general community quarantine dyan po sa Navotas?
Pinky, we had a gentleman's agreement na we will not talk about what the personal preference is and kung ano na yung announcement ni GM Jojo Garcia, yun na yun, di ba? So the announcement was that we unanimously agreed. So that's the official announcement of MMDA, no? So ang importante naman dito is, syempre MMDA, Metro Manila is one. It's so difficult to separate one city from the other because people from one LGU will work in another LGU. So hindi mo pwede sabihin na ganito yung policy dito, ganito doon. Pero ang mahalaga is, if it is necessary at yung zone o an area is critical because they have 20 or more cases out of a population of 100,000, which means 0.02% of the population ay may positive cases, the mayor can lock down that barangay, that sitio, or a specific area. So meron pa rin pwedeng gawin na preventive measure kung sakaling dumami yung cases sa isang lugar.
So it's clear, in the event, sir, we shift to a general community quarantine with regards to localized lockdown, kaya o may kapangyarihan ng mga mayor na mag-lockdown ng sitio o ng barangay. Malinaw po sa inyo yon.
Yes, that was clarified yesterday, especially to me, no? Because remember, in the past, I was the one who requested na ma-ECQ yung buong Navotas at ang pinayagan lang is a few barangays, no? And that process took a long time. Like, it took 7 days before they approved it. So there was a lag. So ang iniiwasan natin dito is yung magka-lag na gano'n eh. But it was clarified yesterday during the meeting na pag nag-GCQ, you can lock it down first, then submit the documents later on to the RITF to follow na. So yun yung revision na ginawa, which is better, di ba? Kasi we have to react at once. Pag madaming cases, hindi naman po pwede maghintay pa kami. Like, in my case, I had to wait for 7 days. But this time, mabuti naman, naintindihan nila, nakita nila yung sitwasyon, and sinabi na i-lockdown mo na muna, tapos tsaka mo na ipasa yung requirements.
Okay, so that's clear now. I want to talk about yung agreements that were reached, katulad po nung mass transportation. We talked about that. So, ang papayagan ho ba sa general community quarantine in the event at mag-shift po tayo dyan, sino hong mass transportation? Ang bus ho, papayagan? Ganun ho ba?
Yeah.
Ang jeep ho ba, papayagan? Is it clear kung sino mga pwede?
Okay. Yung bus, based on the suggestions, based on the consensus last night, papayagan yung bus. But again, this was because the MMDA meeting was before the DOTR meeting. So MMDA officials were supposed to meet with DOTR after our meeting. So doon sa level ng Metro Manila mayors, ang napag-usapan is bus ay papayagan. Pero 50% capacity lang. But MMDA explained kung hindi naman matraffic yung EDSA, makaka-turn around yung bus in such a way na hindi malulugi yung bus. Kaya lang naman nagpupilit yung bus na magpuno is because mabagal yung turnaround nila. Pero kung mas mabilis yung turnaround nila, 50%, they will not lose money. Tapos mapapractice pa yung social distancing. Because it's important in everything that we do, social distancing is maintained.
Is key. Okay. And then after that, yung private vehicles, ito po yung initial pag-uusap nyo, yung sa private vehicles, pwede yung payagan. pero sana dalawa ang laman ng private vehicle. Hindi ho pwede ang isa lang.
Yes, as much as possible. Kasi kung bawat isang miyembro ng pamilya ang magdadala ng isang sasakyan, then magkaka-traffic ulit tayo. So ang request is at least 2 in one vehicle.
All right. Okay, tapos it was clear also na yung back ride for motorcycles ay hindi nga papayagan dahil mahihirapan ho to monitor kung kahit magkapamilya man kayo o mag-boyfriend kayo o taga-isang household po yung sasakay. All right, so that's clear so far. We'll talk about possibly the biggest challenges in the event we shift to a general community quarantine. We'll be taking a short break. We'll be right back. This is The Source on CNN Philippines. Our guest today, Navotas City Mayor Toby Tiangco. Mayor, before we go to the situation in Navotas right now, yesterday, nagkaroon po ng 350 positive cases. And tumaas po ito from the normal. Yung average po the past couple of days was about 200 or 220. So yesterday, bigla pong tumaas yan. Sa palagay niyo ba, it's a good idea still to shift to a general community quarantine, knowing that yesterday, nag-spike ho yung mga kaso?
Okay. Number one, yesterday during the meeting, Chairman Danny Lim told us that the case doubling time is already 32 days. No? So number two, to reply to your question na tumaas yung kaso, kasi yung number of cases na nagpa-positive should be compared to the number of tests. Diba? Hindi naman kasi po pwedeng i-compare yan in absolute numbers. Ibig sabihin, hindi naman po pwedeng, kahapon 250, ngayon naging 300, tumaas yung cases. Kasi dumadami din yung tests natin. No? For example, 1% of 100 is 1 person. 1% of 1,000 is 10 people. So, kung 1% pa rin yung rate, pero from 100, in-increase mo yung tests to 1,000, tataas yung absolute number. So whether that increase is an increase in number or not, dapat siguro DOH should inform us, no? Kung ano ba ang interpretation nila doon sa ganon. Number two, mahalagang malaman ng ating mga kababayan, may delay kasi doon sa tests. Like in Navotas, we have done more than 2,000 PCR tests. Ang pending as of last night is 900. And that fluctuates. May gabi na bababa yan ng 800, may gabi na tataas siya ng 900. So ibig sabihin, yung resultang nakukuha per day is not the same. May gabi na madaming makukuhang resulta. May gabi na konti ang makukuhang resulta. Siyempre, pag mas madami kang nakuhang results, mas madami yung lalabas na positive doon sa resultang yun.
The chances.
No? So ang pwedeng mag-interpret niyan is yung talaga, yung epidemiologist, no? Hindi namin kaya interpret yan in absolute numbers.
So, Mayor, ilan po ang pending pa na resulta ng PCR dyan po sa Navotas?
Wait, Pinky, kunin ko lang sa laptop ko.
Go ahead, sir. All right, while Mayor Toby Tiangco is looking at the numbers. Go ahead, sir.
Ang PCR natin na nagawa sa Navotas as of last night is 2,385. Out of those na PCR natin, 180 yung positive, no? Ang negative is 1,164. Ang pending is 1,041. Sorry, akala ko 900 kagabi, 1,041 pala. No? So, you will see, ganun
Mayor,
kadami yung pending.
Opo, yun po ang tanong ko. Kung meron ho kayong pending na 1,041, panatag ho ba kayo that a shift to a general community quarantine is the right thing to do or is wise at the moment? Kasi, sir, kalahati pa ng inyong mga tinest, pending pa rin eh.
Of course, we are worried. But we have seen in the past kasi na hindi talaga papayagan yung citywide na ECQ, no? I've tried it already, di ba? Nung nag-MECQ, nag-request ako ng citywide ECQ at 900 pa lang yung pending noon. Hindi na ako pinayagan noon. So for sure, ngayon, if ever they shift to GCQ, even if I request for a citywide, hindi papayagan yan. But on the other hand, sinabi naman na pwede yung community or barangay
localized lockdown.
Yeah. So,
Alright.
and sa Navotas naman, hindi naman across the board yan. There are really barangays na mataas yung cases, may barangays naman na mababa yung cases. The only reason why I requested a citywide, because it's easier to implement a citywide uniform scheme. Kaysa doon sa isang barangay ganito, doon sa isang barangay ganyan, mas mahirap i-implement yon.
Okay. So, what we're gonna have to do, Mayor Toby, is hintayin po natin ang magiging recommendation naman ng IATF, yung Interagency Task Force kay Pangulong Rodrigo Duterte. Gayun din ang magiging desisyon ng Pangulo regarding this. Of course, napakalapit na po ng May 31. So, in the meantime, Mayor Toby Tiangco, sir, maraming salamat po sa inyong oras.
Yes, thank you, Pinky. Stay safe. Bye.
Take care, sir. Up next, the House of Representatives begins its hearing into the possible renewal of the ABS-CBN franchise. We'll speak to a member of the Franchise Committee for his thoughts on the latest hearing. This is The Source on CNN Philippines. Please stay tuned.